Yeah, he was like, you know what, why don't you hustle and just bring me a buyer? You can start there by showing me that you're actually going to work hard for me. And then that's when I was like, well, why should I even do that when I don't even have a commitment from you? When I have other clients that have actually hired me to do a job for them.
Yeah.
So when I told him that, like, he didn't say anything. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know that I recently uploaded a vlog where I took you guys pretty much on a property tour of one of my recent listings. Today I am vlogging just to take you behind the scenes at the office. I'm going to introduce you guys to the team, the newest members. I'm going to share with you what they are doing because they're mostly newer agents and they're just prospecting and killing it with their numbers. So yeah, let's go. I am.
Share everything?
Say hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
It depends on what day of the week. Today is Adolfo, tomorrow is something, will be something else.
Hello.
Everyone's prospecting, and then we have.
What up, homies? Team BC.
What are you doing? Organizing
Organizing my folder real quick before I start throwing all these leads in there. All these leads.
Oh wow.
Too many to count.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who was that?
This guy's trying to sell some land in Bell Gardens for $750 right here.
Myra and Adolfo literally just spoke to the lady. You spoke to the
I spoke to the guy. And he told me to call him after 5 p.m. But he got offered for $700,000. He didn't like the fact that the buyer wanted to have him pay for closing costs. And he's like, "We'll speak later. I gotta go. I'm at work." So, best time to call him back is 5 p.m.
The lot lady? Yeah. So John just spoke to the same person that Myra and Adolfo just talked to. What did he say?
He's like, "You're like John. Didn't we speak earlier? You have an office here in Bell Gardens." I said, "Yeah, we did speak earlier." I was like, "So what's up?" Like straight to the point. And he's like, "I'm at work. Let me step out real quick." And I started talking to him, getting info. But he's like, "We got offers, one for $700,000." I'm like, "Why didn't you go with it?" He's like, "Hold up. Let me ask you a question first. Do you have any buyers?" I'm like, "Look, I can tell you I do and lie to you in front of your face like every other agent is, but right now I don't have buyers for you." And he's like, "Okay, all right then. Well, yeah, we got an offer for $700,000. I didn't like it because they wanted us to pay for closing costs, so we didn't go ahead and go with it." And I was like, how did you come up with that price? And he's like, "There's land. There's 3 lots, vacant lots available in South Central for $1 million." I'm like, "Brother, that's South Central. The commerce is completely different in Bell Gardens compared to South Central." And he's like, yeah, well, that's just the price we agree upon." I said, "Okay, so are you flexible or firm?" He's like, "I'm flexible." And then I said, "All right, well," and then he's like, I gotta go. I gotta get back to work." And I was like, "What's the best time to call you back?" 5 p.m. I was like, "Okay, I'll follow up with you."
No. What would be? Yes, but I would just want to see if I do my research and find out how much your home is worth. And if it did come out to value, would you consider it? No.
So what was her deal?
She said she didn't want to sell, and then she was like, "Well, what's the value of my house?" And so I said, "Well, how much do you want for your house?" And I told her right now homes are going for about $500 to $600 in the area, and she said she wants $700. And I was like, "Okay, well, I'll do my homework and see if we can get anywhere close to that. But if we can put a deal together, if we get to that number, would you be open to getting together?" And she said no. I was like, "Well, why do you want $700? And then she hung up.
And then I'm talking to the guy that I sent you guys yesterday in the message.
From Duck Dynasty?
Yes. So I talked to him. He told me that he was actually talking to some auction company.
Oh.
But he's gonna be in town today. And he's like, I told them if they want to show me anything, I'm gonna be in Hollywood and I'm gonna be over here, blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, so look, so what is it gonna take for you to give me a shot? And I was just being very direct.
Yeah.
And then we kept talking, and then I was like, look, I don't have time to be bullshitting around. If you're serious about actually selling, like, I'm ready to get to work. It's just a matter of whether or not you're actually wanting to sell, which it sounds like you are. And I told him that. So then I was like, look, what I'm going to do, I'm going to send you everything over. That way you already have it. Nothing's going to come as a surprise. Go ahead and meet with those auction people, see what they have to offer you. But if not, I'm going to also send it to you on DocuSign, and I'm ready to get to work. We don't even have to meet because you're busy and I'm busy too.
Would you have brought up the experience that we had with Jed?
I did bring that up. Yeah.
How do you present it?
I said, you know what, we actually were talking to a seller recently that decided to go that route, and he's been sitting forever and didn't even get the results that he was promised. So I'm sure that you don't want to go that same way, right? But if they tell you what you want to hear and it doesn't happen, he was like, yeah, everyone talks a big game. And I was like, yeah, everyone talks a big game, but they can't back it up with facts. So are you actually serious about selling? Because I'm ready to get to work. And I was like, that. And he's like, and then he was like, he kind of laughed. He's like, I like your style.
She was like, yeah, I was dreaming about that.
And I was like, I appreciate it. So look, I'll send everything over to you. You're going to have it on DocuSign. We don't even have to meet. You can just go out and enjoy the pool parties because he said it was going to be in Hollywood anyway. But yeah, that's how I.
Where is that property?
In Rancho.
Oh.
Yo Hood. Yeah.
We have the local expert.
And we even talked about the price, and he's good with the price. He has a cash offer from an investor. He's like, but I know I can get more.
At what point do you, I guess, give him, I don't know if I'm going to say attitude, but at what point do you become, I guess, more direct with him? Was it on the first call or after that?
No, it was on the first call.
Oh, we right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in the first call.
I heard the first call. It
Oh,
was
yeah,
like
yeah.
immediately. It was like after the first question, pretty much he asked her,
What was the first question?
or he said that he told you something and you went around it by saying if he asked if you had a buyer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then from there she went and immediately like shot towards at him, like started shooting at him, dude.
Like, what exactly, do you remember what you said?
Okay, so from you listening to my conversation, what did you take away from how I was talking to him?
So immediately, the way you answered the phone was you answered nice, like it's like a customer service voice essentially, and then you started like talking to him, and then after the first question, I already instantly heard your tone change, and you go be direct with him, and then like from there, it was just instantly being direct and trying to mirror and match exactly how he was saying, because at one point I heard him say that like his name was Ferrari or whatever,
Yeah.
and you were like, oh, call me Lolo. And so I was like, oh, she's pretty much
say
like
that.
mirroring and
I
matching.
did say that. Yeah, he was like, you know what? Why don't you hustle and just bring me a buyer? You can start there by showing me that you're actually going to work hard for me.
Mhm.
And then that's when I was like, well, why should I even do that when I don't even have a commitment from you? When I have other clients that have actually hired me to do a job for them.
Yeah.
So when I told him that, like, he didn't say anything.
Because yeah, you're right. I started being nicer, and then you told me last week, like, what happened? You're getting nicer. And I was like, okay, so I started role playing with him, and then I realized, okay, I need to start mirroring and matching more. And that's something I've been focusing on this week.
That's good. Cause
square feet. He wanted to get 630. He ended up listing with a different agent. You know what she listed for? 686,000. I was gonna list it for 585 because that's what everything's selling for.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was just like, well, we can always lower the price later. And I'm like, damn. So she just told you what you wanted to hear, huh? And he was like, yeah, pretty much. And that's when you heard my line at the end. But
And then, so he went with her just because she told him what he wanted to hear, even though, like...
they got no offers. They said she presented them with one, but the buyer couldn't qualify. And I said, do you know why? Because when I showed you comps, the appraiser's going to look at that. And they're not going to be able to appraise the property for 685 because that's not what it's worth.
Yeah.
And then he just stayed quiet. He was just like, he seemed pretty
Dealing with the background and all that stuff and handling the transactions.
Oh,
I don't have to deal with nothing, so we're just gonna run that route, man, and then just pull the cash out in a couple months and then just go buy an investment property.
I see. Got it. So they pretty much told you what you wanted to hear, right? Going with Redfin?
Yeah, man, they had a really great program, but like this lady, I just had enough of this whole shit. Like this lady was a real piece of crap. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna just start gathering properties.
Damn, yeah, of course. I mean, do you want to work with someone who tells you what you want to hear, or with someone who's honest from the start?
Yeah,
You know?
exactly, man.
Yeah, was I honest from the start?
Oh yeah, you kept it 100 the whole way through, bro.
So then what ended up happening, brother?
Oh, it's just the way things are going, man. We're just gonna, we're just kind of taking this as a sign. We're just not supposed to sell the house. We're supposed to keep it and just leverage it.
And just leverage it, got it. But if you know now you could make the most money selling in this market, would you take advantage of it?